Okay, let's start another video. And tonight is the Powerball, so if you haven't played, please do play the Powerball. Both games, the jackpot is high, and if nobody wins, the jackpot will also increase furthermore. So try to focus and stay on track, be consistent, and I'll try to continue posting the video during the crisis to help you guys win. And remember, they put an all even number on Mega Millions last night. Remember, they put all even for Powerball, the other draw. Now they put for all even and for Mega Millions. They really put all even. All 6 numbers were even. The Powerball draw had all 5 even white balls, but this time the Mega Millions had all 6 even. If we knew about the even numbers, we would have a greater advantage in picking all those winning numbers. But nobody knows they put it all even. Nobody did. Maybe 5 even, not all even. They're rare. And if you choose to go against all even next draw, you could do that. I would say don't try to go all even. They won't do it back to back. Definitely not 6 number for next draw will be all even. And before we get started, please donate, subscribe, share, and like my video. Use the closed caption button. And remember, nothing is guaranteed, but always trust yourself. Email me at hyper_links@yahoo.com for any game prediction or requests. And if you want to learn my system, also email me for that. Go some illustration part 1 to part 18. Knowing the right Dster will get you the right matrix to use for that draw. So Dster will change when we get to June. Will be a different Dster number. Now these triangle illustration 17, red Dster will be illustration part 18. Then post red Dster for past draw, but you can email me for that. Red Dster is the crucial in hitting that jackpot. Email me for the red Dster. For those people who are interested in the red Dster, please email me for that. And the random generator will generate number according to the IDCQ system. Now, let's look at the infinite Dster and multiverse, how they are related. Try to keep at it, because in case you don't know, they're related because they're infinite, never ending, and each is unique. Each Dster is unique. They have different scenarios. No Dster is the same, and also they relate to the multiverse because the multiverse is also infinite, and each scenario in those multiverse, the infinite Earths is also unique. And here's how it would look like. And let's talk about the last episode. It's going to be very hard because after that it will be a long time before the new season comes, and let's hopefully that we can get through this tough time before the new season starts. And you can see last episode we were able to see the ability she had used was the thunderclap or the strong clap when she was wearing that suit. And I don't think she used it that much in terms of wearing the suit. But against the Immortal, she had to use that thunderclap. So we saw that episode in the previous episodes in other seasons, that Supergirl, if Supergirl puts on armor, she cannot use other powers. So we haven't seen her use heat vision, freeze breath, in terms of wearing that suit that protects her from the kryptonite. Or can she use them? We saw the Red Daughter use that lightning strike against Supergirl when wearing a suit. But she didn't use the heat vision or the freeze breath. Now, what happened if she tried to use heat vision and freeze breath? What happened if she took off her helmet and used that? Then it would affect her from the kryptonite. I don't think she wanted to use that, take off the helmet, but she did use her super strength, her strength from the thunderclap, and that strong clap that knocked the Immortal into pieces. But besides that, it's either super speed or her physical strength. Otherwise, there's no other ability besides that she could use when wearing that armor. Even she could use the flight. Now let's get back on track. These are for Tuesday and Friday, 5/19, 5/22, and 8/19, 25, 36, 66, and 9 were drawn on Tuesday's draw. And we only has 1925 being drawn. As I have said, those was the obvious number. It was a sign. Might be a sign that why 1925 came for Tuesday's draw. And if you look at that draw on Tuesday, you can see D2, C2, D3, E3, and there were no hot corners because there were less number drawn from the Dster. As you can see, the highest corner was 25 and 19, appearing 6 times and 7 times. And let's look at the last night's winning number for Friday, which is 5/22. Number was drawn was 8 again. 8 again. That 8 has been so deadly because it's 8 keep drawing back to back, and that 8 was nowhere to be found in Dster. 10, 20, 44, 46, and 18 were all in Dster, except for 18. But 18 was well known because 18 was used in the blue box. We know that 18 had to be used in the blue box. That 18 had to be used in the blue box, and we know that 18 had to be drawn. How many numbers were drawn in the blue box? 10. Look at 10 over there. And 18. So there were 2 numbers that were drawn that had been crucial. Why? Because they were in the blue box, and you see blue box do hit. I've been telling you from last episode to this episode, last video to this episode, blue box had to be crucial in picking numbers because 18 nowhere to be found, but 18 was drawn. 10 was nowhere to be found, but 10 was in the blue box. That's why blue box had to be used. If you only physically use the Dster by itself, probably won't have that much of advantage. But knowing the blue box gives us advantage, just as the purple box for the red Dster, blue box for the regular Dster also gives us an advantage. Now, what happened if I put the 8 over there and the 1 over here? I will have 08 over there, and I will have 18. Just swap the 8 and 1, but I wouldn't have 10. You can see that. So depending on what you put in the blue box or where you put those digits in the blue box, give you different numbers. Now, what if I took out 9 because 9 came for the Mega Ball? I might want to change the 9 and put that 8 over there. But you notice that 8 also came. So it's hard to decide which number came, but the breakdown will determine what number will come out, what number to be used in the blue box. Not only that, the blue box, better not to change it until you renew the new Dster. So each time you do a Dster, you want to keep it stable. You don't want to change it because the number came, and when the number come either for next draw or to next draw, you don't want to change it. You want to keep it, so you want to be consistent. So if I change it, it'll have 08. But what happened if something like 09 came again? Because it came for the Mega Ball, then came for the White Ball, and if 09 came, I will have lose advantage if that 09 really did come. So you don't want to change it, you want to keep it for until you change the Dster. Keep the blue box stable, consistent. Now, where are the corners that hit? You can see this whole section we'll be talking about later in the video, and much more. Now, let's look at the hot corners. Hot corners 1F. The regular coordinates were 1F, 2E, 3G, and 3I. And the high coordinates, no hottest coordinates. High coordinates are 2F appearing 2 times, 2G appearing 2 times, and 2H appearing 2 times. And you can see they're mostly in the section where they normally should be. This time was in quadrant 2, not in quadrant 4. This time most of the number was in the quadrant 2 and the blue box. Amazing how it shifted from one quadrant to the next quadrant. From one week to another. They went from quadrant 2, quadrant 4 to quadrant 2 now. So you can see definitely blue box did not change. It did help. Now you learn how to use a blue box. It will be effective and powerful in picking the right numbers, because we know that after you enter the number in the blue box, you just write down all the number in the blue box, even the number that have been repeated in the Dster. Sometimes you put numbers in the blue box that are not in the Dster, but also creating numbers that are already in the Dster. So you can put both of those numbers. New numbers in the blue box and old number in the blue box. Number that have repeated in the Dster already, and number that did not repeat in the Dster in the blue box. And you know that two of the numbers that came in the blue box, either the mega ball or the white balls. And you don't want to add numbers in the blue box that doesn't make sense. You gotta look at the breakdown, see which numbers should be added in the blue box. You can email me for that, or try to learn my system. Now, before we continue, gotta focus on next week. Next week, gotta focus, because whoever wants that is gonna be a happy camper, you know that. And if you look at here, 2, 4, 6, 8 coordinates was used in quadrant 1. 4, 0, and 1 was used 2 times from that spot. But the digit 4 was used 3 times. This digit 4, the second digit 4, was used 2 times, but the digit 4 was used 3 times. 44 and 46. Now, the digit 0 could have been used 3 times, because if I put that 8 instead of 9, it would have 08 over here. You see? Instead of 09, it would have 08. Then the digit 0 would have 3 frequency, and therefore becoming the hottest coordinate. In addition, you see that black, because this wasn't the hitting point. You can see this has mostly odd digits, 1, 9, 5, 7, mostly 1 and 9. And this side mostly have even digit, 2, 4, 6, 4, 6, 8. You see all those? And this section over here makes more sense, because all even numbers was proven to show up. We would have caught a high chance of hitting that checkpoint if we had known all even matrix had came last draw. You see all even numbers? You can write down all the numbers on the right side. Well, mostly even number on the right side. And you, like I said, you're going against the odd. It doesn't help. You have to go with the odd. The right side were all even, and we know that that's the only reason that no way of not picking even numbers. Last night's draw using these are using quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. Now, if you do the workout correctly, if you look at these correctly, 14 and 16 was the only number in the left side. 14, 16 on the bottom was the only number on the left side that were even. So total number of even number in the right side was 27, including the blue box. Plus 2 on the right side, you have 29 even numbers. So as you can see, I'm talking about even number that are unique. That means the right side, the even number on the right side is not appearing on the number on the right, the even number on the left side is not appearing on the right side of the Dster. Only 14 and 16. Therefore, you only lower 2 number from the matrix, because 34, even though it's on the right side, left side, it's also on the right side. So you have to count that. And total number, if you look at the next diagram, you're going to see 20 10, 44, and 46 are paired in the Dster. They're all even. And as you can see, 2 consecutive even 44 and 46 got drawn, 2 consecutive even. And as you can see, this grid, 27 even number in the Dster system. 27, you can count 9 even on each row, 27 number in the Dster system. So you can see 27 number were even in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4 combined. If you use the odd matrix, if you use the whole matrix, you would have played by a 70 number matrix. Now you only play by 27 number matrix, including that. If I had known that 8 would have come again, I would have played 8 in the blue box. That would give me 30 numbers, 28 numbers on the right side, and you would have chance of hitting all 6 numbers. It just that blue box just screwed that hit hard with the 8. It shouldn't have been 8. I think it should have been 18 as a white number, not 8. And just that's close of predicting all 5 number in the right side, including the blue box, of having only even number drawn. If that 8 was in that blue box on the top of the corner, it would have been 28 numbers that were even on the right side. And picking 5 number out of 28 numbers, you see how hard it is? No. If you look at the non-playable, let's look at non-playable numbers. For those you have to break down and compare which non-playable numbers are even, and crossing them out from the list. For those who have the list, for those who don't have the list, you can email me from the list, or next week Mega Million list. 330 minutes at stake. If you want to hit the jackpot, email me for that. It's not that hard. Some of you say, looking at the past draw, looking at the statistics, it's not that hard to guess. It's going to be hard to guess. That's why you have the Dster to control the matrix. Without the Dster, you're only playing by a 70 matrix. Now let's look at the LOE numbers. The LOE for first draw is 8, 19, 25, 36, and 66. Using the LE1, it wouldn't matter because you don't have 8 in the Dster. If you had 8 in the Dster, the 8 would be eliminated by the LOE number 1. Therefore, LOE cannot be used. Now, since 8 was not in the Dster, not even in the blue box, it wouldn't have any effect. Now, let's go to draw number 2. Now, if you go to draw number 2, using the same thing, you will have 11, 17, 32, 33, and 46. And you will see 32 and 46 were eliminated by LOE, and that 46 was a winning number that was drawn. So therefore, 46 was an arcing number as well as 08. They were arcing numbers. And as you can see, you will have lose one number already because 08 doesn't count because don't have 08. Now you will have lost 46 if you use draw number 2, LE number 2. And therefore the maximum number you have gotten is 4 number 3 white balls and 1 mega ball.